The Indiana Pacers have made it to the NBA Finals for the first time since the year 2000. The city is alive, and obviously in Game 6, whenever the Pacers beat the hell out of the New York Knicks, they punched their ticket to the NBA Finals to take on a very dominant Oklahoma City Thunder team that'll begin on Thursday night at 8:30 Eastern on ABC. It'll be ESPN broadcast throughout the entirety of the NBA Finals as Tyrese Halliburton and Larry Bird Trophy winner, the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals, Pascal Siakam, take on Shea, Jalen, in a squad of Oklahoma City Thunder boys that are obviously scrappy, gritty, and have a home court advantage. But don't look now. Indiana is alive. The city's was abuzz after the New York Knicks get sent back to New York, being Eastern Conference Finals. Congrats to the Knicks. Congrats to the Knicks. Had a chance to be there. Was not sitting courtside. I think those tickets were like 50, 60 grand a pop or something like that. And I do love the Pacers. Not that much, but I do love the Pacers. Up in a suite with the boys, watching as it went down. And, you know, as the fourth quarter kind of unfolded, it all got kind of obvious that the Pacers were going to be going to the finals. And it's not just because Tyrese and Pascal. Obi Toppin is absolutely beloved in this city of Indianapolis. There was numerous Obi Toppin chants as he hits his head off the rim every single time he seemingly goes to the rack. Thomas Bryant, former Indiana Hoosier, was with the Lakers. Now he's back with the Pacers. He dropped a couple threes. The place went apeshit. Tyrese Halliburton turned it on in the fourth quarter. Pascal Siakam is damn near unguardable. He's so fast, so long.
Huge.
And his Pacers team is in better shape than you are. TB there bringing the juice. He's been doing that for the entirety of the playoffs on the bench. Now he's getting a chance to shine. Nembhard was playing some Nembhard defense on Jalen Brunson. Actually, Jalen Brunson headbutted Nembhard at one point. Obviously, there was no call because number 39, the ref wearing number 39, a little white guy about this big, he really wanted the Knicks to be in it.
Yep.
I was watching him. He seemed to be having an angle. Now, I don't want to throw out any conspiracy fodder.
Sure.
Number 39, a little white. If he's reffing any of the games the Pacers are taking on Oklahoma City, I don't know if he's anti-Pacers. I don't know if he's anti-Coach Carlisle. I don't know if he was pro-New York. Whatever the case was, that thing was going the opposite direction for like a 4 or 5 minute period for the Knicks. And it was just, it got to the point where it was too big to rig. The Indiana Pacers were just a damn good basketball team. And everybody all season was talking about how nobody was talking about Oklahoma City enough. This team's dominant. I agree. Oklahoma City fans all year have been saying, hey, our team's a real deal. The NBA people who are the super NBA people are like, Oklahoma City, this team is the real deal. And in the Eastern Conference, nobody's talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. They need to give the Cleveland Cavaliers more love. Need to give the Cleveland Cavaliers more love. Everybody's talking about these small markets, the Oklahoma City team and the Cleveland team, not getting enough love. You know who got no love throughout the entirety of the season?
Who?
You know who got no love through the beginning of the damn playoffs? They're playing on Ion Network somehow.
That's right.
Whenever they had their first couple playoff series. The Indiana Pacers, nobody talked about them. Last year, they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They get swept by the Boston Celtics. Now, the Boston Celtics would inevitably go win the title, but they would get swept 4-0. 3 of those 4 games, Pacers have good lead, and then they just kind of choke it away. So nobody even talked about the Pacers being the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Nobody talked about the Pacers having the best record since post-All-Star break in the entire NBA alongside Oklahoma City. Nobody wanted to see the Pacers on TV, and the Pacers just became inevitable. The Pacers just became a team that was unflappable. They were in better shape than you. And this city and this team learned from what happened last year, and now we're ready to take on the NBA Finals atmosphere and environment and the NBA Finals spotlight. This Pacers team might not have been given a spotlight all year, but this Pacers team is ready for the spotlight. They got dogs all over the court. Miles Turner, who's been here for 10 years, cuts a promo afterwards about the city, about the team, about everything he believes in. He's seen a lot of transition with this squad. And Coach Carlisle, who'll be joining us in about 10 minutes or so, is a guy that's basically just been shooed out everywhere he's gone. It's an island of misfit toys basically here for the Indiana Pacers who have come together, and they will run your ass out of the gym. Now, will they be able to do that to Oklahoma City? We shall see. The 2 best teams in the NBA are battling in the NBA Finals, and we're lucky that our city is being represented. And good luck to the Oklahoma City Thunder. 9.5-point favorites on Thursday.
Crazy.
The disrespect continues for the Indiana Pacer team. But first game, I think they're going to be trying to feel each other out. Who knows how this first one goes? Thunder could win by 20 in this first one. That would not scare me. Pacers could win by 15 to 20. And that would not scare the Oklahoma City team. Best of 7 series, going to have to feel each other out. Think this one is going to go to a full 7 regardless. And I can't wait to watch it. What an exciting and electrifying time here in the great state of Indiana. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Baseball happened this weekend as well, Ty. We will certainly dive into that in a little bit. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tony's here. Great shirt. See you representing for the Pacers.
Yes, sir, brother. I mean, I've been a Hoosier now for, 8-9 years? And Pittsburgh doesn't have a basketball team, so why wouldn't I root for the Indiana Pacers? The best team in the NBA since January 1. Well, second record-wise, but you get it. I'm allowed to say that because I'm a Spurs fan. A little bit biased. But, yeah.
Well, TJ McConnell, there's a Yinzer on the team.
Of course. Yeah, Duquesne, wait till you see the TJ. Wait till you see what I got from TJ McConnell. Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited. We're getting gifts.
Later this week. That's Batiste.
Yeah, I like to hear that. We can be purchased.
Without a doubt.
We can. And Tone certainly somebody that can be purchased. TJ McConnell starts filling. Tone digs his locker with a bunch of merch. He's certainly going to wear them. Look at the shirt he's wearing right now. Yeah. I mean, he is.
I bought this myself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I did.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sure you did. It's a beautiful time, and it's a fun team to be a fan of. If you're not an NBA fan, like from Pittsburgh, there's no NBA team. There's a lot of people that maybe don't have NBA teams. I think a lot of people have potentially picked up the Pacers because of either our program or because Tyrese Halliburton joining us. But it's also a good story because literally nobody has wanted them to win. Like none of the people have wanted them to win. I mean, you go on Get Up when who's going to win the series across the bottom? Knicks. Who's going to win the series? Bucks. Who's going to win the series? Cavs. They've been calling for the Pacers to lose. Every person on TV has been calling for the Pacers to lose every single series. I don't think there's been one person that has gone out and been like, I think the Pacers are going to do it this time. I think you could potentially get kicked off television. Yeah, we know how some of those people operate. There's a chance you get kicked off of TV if you were to say that. So it's a wonderful team to be a fan of. Consummate underdog, consummate overlooked, consummate underrated.
Yeah.
Overrate that. Tyrese Halliburton, 20-plus points, double-double in the game-sealing Game 6, or series-sealing Game 6. Pascal Siakam goes. I mean, it's just a fun team.
Yeah.
And they're all dogs, and none of them care. None of them care about who gets the credit. And the way they play is they play hard as hell. And this city is going to be electrifying. Come join us if you want to come to a game.
Yeah, the Siakam story, I think, is incredible, too. Like, was in Toronto, wins the championship. He was the G League MVP, like, really did kind of come up through the ranks. I think he went to New Mexico or New Mexico State, like a small school kid. They talked about, I think he talked about in his press conference, like, hey, yeah, I moved from Cameroon and completely committed myself to basketball, and that's just kind of been my life. And then he gets traded, from Toronto after they fall off a cliff and finds a home in Indy. And last year when he got traded there, that was a huge deal for them. That kind of got them back into kind of that top-tier talent team. And then, of course, with the way the season ended with the Celtics sweeping them, there was no celebration. You've talked about it. When a team gets to the Eastern Conference Finals, like the Pacers, who weren't being talked about as one of those top teams, you expect to celebrate some sort of success like that, but because they got swept, there was nothing. And then this offseason, a bunch of clips have been coming out. Miles Turner posted something about him, like, hey, we think we can surpass last year. Siakam talked about, too, like, you think this is going to happen every year. I went to the finals, and then I never sniffed the finals. So the fact that, we were able to get to the conference finals last year was incredible. Now they're going to the finals. There's a stat of, both these teams. Gumpy shared it with us. They both average, OKC 100 possessions a game, the Pacers 99 possessions a game, and stuff like this is why the small markets are sweet. Like, they really do care more about basketball in Indiana. That's a real thing. Oklahoma City, I've never been there. I'm sure it's a wonderful place.
Oh, we've seen it on TV.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is special.
Yeah. It is incredible. It's one of the best atmospheres in sports, and the shirts they do, of course, is cool, but they're on their feet. And that's what happened in the Pacers Game 6, that I noticed, like 4 or 5 minutes left, nobody was sitting down.
You could sense it. Connor, obviously from Boston. How many titles does the Celtics have?
18, most of the NBA history.
Okay, obviously, you're welcome. I just gave you that one.
I mean, hey, by the way.
Current.
If it's got to go anywhere, at least it just stays in here. Okay?
Yeah, you're right. Thank God. And you'll be shipping that, obviously, whenever it gets to some team potentially getting to 4 wins.
We'll see. Well, hey, look, if SGA wants to reach out for it, maybe.
Yeah, but on that note, whoa. All right, listen. We don't know if it's going to him.
I thought that's what you were saying.
No, yeah. But on that note, there's like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Connor looks over. He goes, "Oh, you can feel it." Pacers are going to the finals. And I look around, and you could, because the game got kind of ugly. Pacers started making shots. Knicks subbed out before the Knicks even did a full line change and basically just tapped out and put the white flag up. The entire arena was standing, and there was just like a buzz. It was like everybody in their own little groups was like, holy shit. Pacers are going to the finals. The Pacers are going to the NBA finals right now. And it was a cool moment where you were like, you could sense it right now. Because, obviously Celtics fans were like, you guys don't get this a lot.
Yeah, welcome.
But this is what the feeling is. This is what we're trying to bottle and experience. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler is here. D-Butch, great to see you. Look incredibly cool.
Great to be here,
yeah,
bro.
the atmosphere was electric in there. In that moment that he's chit-chatting about, that was when Tyrese goes from the logo. That was whenever, Thomas Bryant started going crazy from the side. It was like that fourth quarter moment is why you pay the amount of money that you pay to be in that building.
Yeah, thank you for that.
In this city. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Appreciate that.
No
it was
problem.
Much more fun this year for you, I think.
Yeah, last year was the worst viewing experience I've ever had in my life.
Sorry, that's on me.
Oh,
It was on him and
Celtics.
two of his Celtics friends were there.
Hand up.
And I said, never in my life am I doing that again, especially at the price that I just paid for this suite.
Sure.
I'm not going to watch people just dance in my face the entire time. I'm going to try to enjoy this. We certainly did that. But it was a beautiful thing, and it's amazing what sports can do.
Yeah.
Like this city, I'm not saying that last year after the Eastern Conference Finals, the city was bummed out about the Pacers, but they certainly were. They were bummed out about how the season ended because of how proud they were of the Pacers team. Nobody thought they were going to be able to make it as far as they did. They do. Then you can't even talk about it. Now it's like we all kind of understand what the team is. The team represents the city well. And it's, the vibes are immense. The vibes are so high. It's a spectacular.
And you guys were there in the building. You can feel that energy even watching it through the TV. Like watching it through the TV, hearing the chants, hearing the crowd, regardless of what the score was, the crowd was fully in it. You heard even the chants for Thomas. And obviously he's a Hoosier as well. But you talked about this state just being a basketball state in general. So for them to be in the finals for the first time and they have a real chance to win it. I forget who it was that was on here talking about, the teams and the makeup of the Pacers and how they play and with their pace, like they can run you into the ground and they almost generate another superstar with those extra 20, 30 points that they just get in pace moving out. Saw some breakdown even against the Knicks with I think a lot of people going after Cat or going after the big, just not getting back down the court. As soon as they give up a bucket, boom, they're out, they're leaking.
Dude.
Tyrese is kicking it out, and that is a bitch for anybody that has ever played basketball at any level. Like, it doesn't matter, so you got the SGAs or the Hardens or whoever who can ISO and take it, but when you can play as a team like that, possession in and possession out, that is tough.
I like what you said there. It's like an added super. Their pace is an added superstar.
Yeah.
It is the sixth man on the court is how conditioned they are. Last year during the playoffs, they kept saying, well, the Pacers are just playing against hurt teams. It's like they might be the ones causing the other team.
Yeah.
Their sixth superstar, which is their pace and their conditioning and their cardio, might be making people be hurt. And I saw the quotes about people getting upset about Cat allegedly and his effort on defense. It's like that was my big takeaway from watching that game courtside was like Cat is too big to be running the amount that they're – because Pascal Siakam, he is tall, long, and he can
fast.
run. He can just run. He was running. I mean, he was going. Obi, they all got pace. Miles is the only guy. Now, he's been here for 10 years. Doesn't have the pace, but he still knows that he's going to have to run up and down. It's like when you get dropped in to play against his Pacers team, it's like it's a track meet. Like it is about to be a track meet. After how long this season has been, after how long the playoffs are, do you have enough guys that are going to be able to keep up with the pace of play that the Pacers are going to have? And it's like nobody really has been able to do that yet. Yeah. This Oklahoma City team, though, they're saying can because of the depth, because of the way they go about playing, and they kind of do the same thing, which is why it should be a great series is kind of how everybody's eyeing it.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. And Miles Turner, too, he's one of those guys that could, be a little upset, want more shots, but he knows his role. Like, for Karl Anthony Towns, they're going to be pissed at him if he's not taking 20, 25 shots, so he has to be in the game. Like, Miles Turner, sure, he can hit threes, he can, score in the post, he can do everything, but he's not going to be upset if he only has 10 shots because Siakam and Obi and Tyrese and, Mathurin coming off the bench, and I always get his name wrong. I'm sorry, Ben, but
He's Mathurin.
Mathurin, yeah, even him.
He's a dog.
He's unbelievable.
Absolute dog.
Yeah. So it's like they have all these different pieces and nobody has an ego. And I think it starts and ends with Rick Carlisle because Rick Carlisle's been around for so long. He knows how rare it is.